I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
I've abandoned free market principles to save the free market system.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Raising the debt ceilings does not increase our debt. It does not somehow promote profligacy.
I know words. I have the best words. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. This is the Peddling Fiction Podcast. I'm your host, the voice and soul of so-called fiction, Johnny Profita. And back with me once again, looking cold, a hoodie jacket inside his garage, is Justin Hillbilly Boy Campbell. What's up? What's up over there?
I was outside playing with the flamethrower before I came in here to do this.
Okay.
So the flamethrower came in. Hang on. Let me grab that right quick.
Hillbillies and their fucking toys.
All right. For those who are not watching the video, this thing is actually pretty badass. It's pretty cool.
You ordered that on Amazon? They just delivered it.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That is awesome. So anyway, I've been outside playing with this thing, trying to see what I can get to. It's not as fast acting as I was hoping it would be. I was hoping this was like the Fallout flamer. You know, you just go out there and everything, like set the world on fire. But it's a little more.
How far does the flame shoot out of it?
It gets a good 4-inch flame on it. I think it's more meant for like grilling and doing other stuff, not for fighting a snowpocalypse.
All you get is a 4-inch flame from that.
It's very hot. It's more for, like I said, I think it's more for like outdoor grilling type stuff and recreational
stuff for that. It doesn't seem like it has a home. Not good enough for snow removal. A little excessive if you're grilling. I mean, maybe if you're doing like a whole pig or something, it looks intimidating. If I saw you holding that, I would not mess with you. I wouldn't get in your face and start blowing whistles and causing mayhem. Preventing you from doing whatever you were trying to do. You're holding that thing. I'm letting you do it. I mean, call me crazy.
Add this to the arsenal. We got swords, spears, guns, now a flamethrower. So.
Yeah, when they raid your house because of something you said online, it's gonna be. He had all these weird weapons.
I do have a unique collection of different weapons and stuff.
It's one thing, yeah, dude. I don't have anything out here. I'm fucking defenseless.
You're in like cartel country. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, other than knives, I really just don't have anything. At the peninsula, I at least have golf clubs. I could fucking bury a goddamn 9-iron upside your head.
You're in good with the cartel down there now, though. So it doesn't,
Yeah, we're boys. We're good. Yeah, no worries. Anyway,
I was like, speaking of cold and messing with the snow. Looks like New York is doing a fantastic job of dealing with the winter storms.
Look at this. Look at this. This poor bastard ain't getting out until the spring. Look at this. Dirt a week after the snowstorm. Look at this dirty hole. Look at this. I don't know what this guy's gonna do. This guy, call your insurance company. Look at this dirt. Where's the mayor? Clean this up. Garbage everywhere. Dirty snow. What do you do with this? Where's your shovel now, Mindami? Look at this. You know how many people fall, break their ankles? Look at this. This is New York. Start spreading the news. And this is on the Upper East Side. 3 minutes from where the mayor lives. Look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this.
So if you're just listening, he's walking down the street and almost every car is completely
the reality
buried
of New York City.
Parked
1 month. Where's the salt?
buried in snow.
Where's the shovels? Where's the plows? Bullshit. Fake. Look at this. Look at this.
I'll miss it.
This is a great look for New York. Look at it. This guy's never getting out. His car's destroyed. This poor bastard with his motor scooter.
Well, and not only the ice and snow, the way it's piled up, but then, and we've got another video that looks even more at this, but then there's also all the trash. Just
That's the next video.
Piles and piles and piles, mounds.
Much
of
worse than
garbage.
the snow. Yeah.
Yeah, like way worse than the snow.
This is the life. Hold on
6 days after the storm, that looks like a 6 foot high pile of trash that's like a quarter of a block long.
This is the life.
Yeah, I mean, and you could see it in the last video with the guy looking at the snow. Like, if you look behind the cars that are completely covered in snow, there's piles of garbage bags piled up higher than higher than what the cars are tall. Like, no trash is getting picked up, nothing's getting done. Like,
yeah, this was the first real test of Downey. I don't know how it can go to shit that quickly, but this is what happens when you just have somebody in charge. And like, forget about all the socialist retarded stuff. Like, he doesn't know how to run anything. He doesn't know how to manage. He's like 30 something. He's like 33 years old or something like that.
Yeah, he's pretty young and has basically no real world job experience whatsoever outside of, I don't know, working for his mom's firm or something. Gosh.
Right. Or even just life experience. But like, a competent person would be organizing things, be like, okay, we need to get this done, we need to get that done, we need to get these streets, like, here's where the worst stuff is, and coordinating things, taking care of like, how do you not get the garbage picked up? You know, it's ridiculous. But yeah, if you're just some fucking idiot that's never run anything, never managed anybody, never managed a business, let alone a fucking gigantic city with millions of people, this is what you get. But you also have all the sing-songy bullshit, socialist bullshit, where, you know, free bus rides, and he's going to make your apartments more affordable somehow. Somehow he's going to make the apartments more, well, maybe, yeah. If the trash keeps piling up, nobody's going to want to fucking live there. So maybe fucking prices will come down. But somehow the guy that can't manage to get trash picked up and snow shoveled is going to turn New York City around.
But he's still doing rooftop press conferences to talk about ice and all of this other stuff. It's like, dude, deal with the ice on the streets, not the ice that's, you know, in Minneapolis. Yeah, dude, they're really, really losing the plot. It's like, dude, the ice thing, most people do not really fucking care. They're much more concerned about getting their car out of their parking spot than what's going on in Minnesota. And like, this was, I think I might have talked about it before, but this was like ABC and CBS polling showed 56 to 61% of polled respondents fully support not just ICE continuing to do the job that they are currently doing, but for them to deport all illegals, not just the violent ones, not just the criminals, all like 56 to 61%. And that's from like typically left-leaning polls. We're getting those kind of numbers. So imagine what the actual like if it was a true like representative poll, what the numbers would be.
Yeah. Well, and like we talked about on the last episode, that's why they have to have all these. They have to pay all these protesters to go cause chaos, because otherwise it's a very if people are just getting rounded up and shipped out of here that don't belong in the country, everyone's happy. But if you can engineer some sort of controversy and get American citizens killed, then you have this boogeyman, and you can blame it on the policy, not the fact that, oh yeah, you guys completely created this situation, engineered this situation to happen, and now that it does, now you get your talking points, and you get all these fucking unbearable celebrities talking about it at the Grammys and what was the other award show? Were there two? The music one and the music and movies, right? Is it both? Did they do both already?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, who the fuck cares?
You
get all these pompous fucking celebrities talking about it and patting themselves on the back for being heroes, even though they didn't do anything. Yeah, the whole thing's ridiculous. The whole thing's fucking ridiculous. That being said, I still think the Republicans are going to get crushed in the midterms. Oh man. But yeah, so New York's first test did not go well for Mamdani. He is, I think he's got a lot of people very upset in New York. And it's funny how quickly all of this shit just goes away. And it's like, okay, my daily life is now being affected because you're inept. Now I'm angry. When everything's going fine, it's like, yeah, sure, you can focus on all this sing-songy socialist crap. But wait until your daily life, wait until you can't get your car out. Wait until they're not picking up your garbage. Wait until the crime is just insanely bad. And then all that pie in the sky stuff about, yeah, free this, free that, lower housing cost, like that's just, it doesn't become a priority because it's not your day-to-day life. Even the more affordable housing, which will never come to fruition. This stuff is going to trump that. If you got to pay a little extra to fucking live, but everything's clean and safe and convenient, okay. Anyway, so New York's going down the tubes even faster than expected. We'll see if they recover. That was like a week after the storm, by the way, for those of you that were just watching. I mean, it's probably been another 3 or 4 days since those videos were posted, so maybe they've gotten it under control. Doubt it.
I doubt it. Well, talking about the Grammys, you had all of the idiots up there in there with their ice out pins or no ice or whatever pins on, and all of their
they're all heroes. Yeah,
all their ignorant. Ricky Gervais said it best. You don't know anything about the real world, so come up here, take your little trophy, and then fuck off. Like they don't live in the real world. Like the best example of that was the Billie Eilish thing, where she gets up there and talks about living on nobody's illegal when we live on stolen land, and then the what is it, the Tonga tribe where her mansion is located, whose land is where her mansion is located.
Yeah. So, okay, go ahead and play this.
No one is illegal on stolen land. And yeah, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now. And I feel really hopeful in this room, and I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter, and I say sorry.
So that picture that they have in the bottom left there does not do justice to her. She owns a lot of land, dude. It's a first of all, it's a $14 million mansion. But it's on like a few acres of land. So here, let me share my screen right now. Let me pull this up. She's gonna keep talking.
Say the statement while you're getting that pulled up. The Tongva tribe has confirmed that Billie Eilish's home is situated on its ancestral land and says she has not reached out to them regarding her home. We appreciate the opportunity to provide clarity regarding the recent comments made by Billie Eilish. As the first people of the greater Los Angeles basin, we do understand that her home is situated on our ancestral land. Eilish has not contacted our tribe directly regarding her property. There was a... Oh, man, yeah.
So, yeah, you can't even see her house from the street. It's like a sprawling estate, and it's surrounded by all of this land. So she's got a pretty big chunk of property, not just the house, and she's got some solar panels on there. I'm sure she got some nice tax credits from that. Yeah. Anyway, what were you going to say?
There was a... I'm trying to find it. There was an article that they're like directly reaching out to her, like, hey, you want to make the big deal about this? Here's your opportunity to give up your, give up the stolen land.
Yeah, I mean, for fuck's sake, dude. Yeah, it's so easy to get up there. And by the way, you're gonna get an applause regardless of what you say when you win an award. Like, just go up there and thank fucking whoever, and they'll applaud. Like, you don't have to virtue signal. And I mean, obviously, yeah, if you go up there and you say ice out or whatever, everyone's going to cheer because you're in fucking LA. But it's just, you get up there and you talk about, first of all, stolen land. No one's illegal on stolen land. So all of a sudden we believe in borders now that should be enforced, because that's what ICE is doing. ICE is enforcing the borders. These people are invading land and trying to steal it, essentially, right?
Well, yeah, Johnny, they definitely believe in They believe in borders, and they also believe in checking IDs.
Yeah. So here we are now. We've jumped back to Minneapolis, and they've set up roadblocks where they're stopping people and asking for your papers, which, if I recall, was exactly their complaint about ICE, stopping people and asking for their papers, right? I mean, dude, how did these people fucking... I just can't imagine going through life like just being a walking fucking contradiction. It's really ridiculous, dude. But yeah, these fucking roadblocks. I would love to get stopped by that. Just tell them to fuck off.
This is very Chad Shop reminiscent. Like, why do their roadblocks, their little like, areas that they set up always look so like they don't know what the fuck they're doing? Yeah, probably because they don't leave their houses unless they're paid to go protest somewhere, so they don't actually know what they're doing.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, no, they have no.
You said his license plates are ICE?
These are
Doing good, yeah. I was just saying, it looks like in our system, your plates came up as an ICE plate. That doesn't seem like it's the case, but I just wanted to come through and see what was up and talk to you, see how you were doing.
just fuck off, dude.
Okay.
Why aren't these people telling him to fuck off?
I mean, he's clearly Somalian. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
He's clearly Somalian. Jesus, this is.
Oh yeah, well, glad to hear it.
These people are actually retarded, like mentally handicapped. Fucking
they are, yeah. These are the most, and like that's why they have nothing better to do on a fucking Tuesday than set up a barricade and stand outside and try to act like they're important and they're enforcing something. They're delusional, and that's why their barricades look like a fucking Down syndrome kid set them up, like an 8-year-old Down syndrome kid just like gathered stuff that he found along the street in like alleys and stuff and just kind of piled. It looks retarded. These people are basically retarded, and they are inept. They are not good at anything. They cannot compete in polite society. And so this is what they revert to. And when you get enough of them together, and then you start getting these people that are like, placate, like, why are you even stopping for them? I'm sorry. No, I got places to go, people to see, things to do.
Yeah, unlike ICE, you actually don't have any legal right to stop vehicles or to be set up in the middle of the street. So, like,
that too. But I mean, the irony is just off the charts.
Don't even tap the brakes.
Blockades, and they start stopping people and interrogating them. And why did they start doing this? Because ICE was stopping people and interrogating them. Okay, like, what do you even say at this point? It's just so ridiculous.
Have you seen the numbers? Like, statistically, when you consider 600,000 to 700,000 people have been detained and deported by ICE over the last year, there have been a total of 8 ICE-related shooting deaths, and of those, prior to the good chick and the pretty dude, all the other ones were criminal, like actual criminal illegals fighting against ICE and getting shot. So 8 shootings in the last year out of 700,000 deportations. I think it was like U.S. citizens, people who were wrongfully detained, it was like 170 out of 700,000. There were 170 that were like, yes, that's unfortunate, but that's a margin of error. Like,
and it's a pretty good one. Like, I don't know what percentage that is, but it's low. It's really low. I mean, nothing's going to be done perfectly. It's not like you're ever going to find, but if they really were these Gestapos that were just going to disappear people regardless, then they wouldn't even, then all of those people that were wrongfully detained would have been sent to Nicaragua anyway, just because, right? It's pretty obvious that they're trying to do what they're supposed to do, right? Which is deport people that are in the country illegally. Is that going to be done perfectly? Obviously not. Everybody here is human. There is going to be errors made. There are going to be errors made. There are going to be problems. But you ensure that there's going to be exponentially more problems by being a pain in the ass jerk off, getting in their way and trying to obstruct things, which is exactly what they want, right?
At 0.002%. That's the, and that's
right.
just going.
I mean,
off
like,
that's just going off
better, right? Especially for a
deportations.
fucking government program. It's like, that is aces. That is a fucking A+. Like, I'm sorry, but apparently, they basically have the equivalent of defund the police going now for ICE. It's like, that's going to work out really well.
It's going to work out fantastic, and in fact, the current spending package that is that they're trying to get, so that
that's today, right?
Yeah, the one we talked about on Friday didn't end up going through. They didn't end up approving that. It got held up. So Trump has worked out some sort of a deal with the Democrats to get a spending bill to the floor, and now the House Republicans are putting in extra stuff with the SAVE Act to add voter registration and stuff to it as well. Like, they're not gonna let it slide with getting rid of funding DHS, and now they're not gonna give the Democrat, whether anything actually comes of it or not, we'll see. But they're not caving to making a deal with Democrats without adding the SAVE Act stuff and the DHS funding. Did you see where Kristi Noem announced that in response to the things that have been happening in Minneapolis, they're now requiring all Border Patrol and ICE agents to wear body cams? Like, remember how the left made such a fucking push for body cams for years for police, and now that they have body cams on all police, it's racist, and they don't like the way body cams are being used. It's like y'all are cheering because you're happy about the body cams for ICE. All this is going to show is that ICE is constantly fighting off fucking raging psychopaths in the streets, and it's going to make your side look all the worse. Like, has body cams for like, how many instances have we had where body cams are like, oh yeah, like blatant police brutality versus, oh wow, that person was fucking batshit crazy. It's no wonder they got shot.
Right. It's 9-1 in favor of, that was more than justified. Like, from what I've seen. Now maybe I just float around in a bubble on the internet, so I only see the body cam footage that justifies.
I feel like both of us follow and have enough followers who are pretty hardcore libertarian that if it was a whole lot of police brutality and that type of stuff, we would probably be seeing it.
Yeah, that's true. That's not a big blind spot for libertarians either, is like police brutality, but yeah, it's always something. It's, first of all, I cannot think of a time off the top of my head where it was the media narrative. And every time, I remember there was one, it was like maybe 2 years ago now, a year or two ago. It was like, it's like some old black lady just like called the cops. They went into her house and they just shot her. I'm like, okay, that sounds like plausible, right? And it turns out, like, they go into her house and they start asking her why she like called the cop, and she was being all weird. And then she goes and grabs a pot of boiling water and tries to throw it on one of them. And that's when she got shot. It's like, oh, you left that part out. She had a fucking thing of like a big Dutch oven going of boiling water on the stove. And she goes over and gets it and throws it at one of the officers. And then the second guy shoots her and kills her.
Well, and then they're like, oh, well, she was having a psychotic break. It's like, yeah, obviously, but like, you still have to respond in the moment.
Well, you didn't have to shoot her in the head. It's like, I don't know. I only had a couple seconds to get a round off. It was just boiling water. It's like, oh yeah, you should just take it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Either way, that's not still is not the narrative. The narrative was like, oh yeah, this poor lady called the cops. They ended up killing her. It's like, yeah, because she assaulted them first. And it always seems to be that's the case. I don't know, dude. It's just getting to be so goddamn ridiculous, all of it. And I think most normal people, we hate something. Jim was something so much you become them.
Yeah, Jim was commenting on the barricades in the street. So when you hate something so much, you become them, but gay and retarded. Speaking of gay and ICE, this was pretty funny. They're harassing this ICE agent.
Like we should rip people apart from their families.
Are you a man?
Wow. Wow, is that a question? Wow.
Okay. How do you feel about ripping people from their families? Does that feel good?
Fucking house nigga here. Sir, I need to move. Fucking house nigga working for the fucking KKK. What's wrong with you people?
Why are you calling a woman a man? I mean, what kind of a guy does that?
Fucking house nigga, bitch.
Neighbor.
Go look for your fucking face.
Dude, my favorite. So this is a black ICE agent, and apparently my favorite part about this. Well, I have two favorite parts. One is how quickly they turn on him, and instead of him being an oppressed minority, protected class, he becomes a house nigger immediately. As soon as he just asks if you're a man. Now, my absolute favorite part about this is, if you can see the video, this is probably a tranny, but she's like, this is Minnesota. She's covered from head to toe in like a parka and a scarf around his face, and you can still fucking tell that that's not a woman. Covering up everything but their fucking eyes, and you can pretty much tell that that's a man dressed as a woman. They can't even, like, they can cover 90% of their fucking body, and you're still not fooling anybody. You fucking idiots. Just give it up. Give it up.
He's just like, "Are you a man?" Oh, then they lose it. Then
Whoa, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that is, it's just, I mean, dude, you get them to reveal themselves very easily, and they will turn on you in a heartbeat. I mean, this is supposedly an oppressed minority, a black man. And he goes from being, you know, the apple of their eye to them wanting to lynch him just by, are you a man? That's all he had to say. You a man? Ooh, get the lynch mob out. We're ready to go.
Well, like we were talking about before the show, like the officer who shot the Alex Preddy dude was a gay Hispanic. Like this is a bunch of overprivileged liberal white people literally fighting against minorities, and it's the completely flipped scenario of what you would expect. It's the minorities are the ones working for ICE, and the well-to-do whites are the ones who are fighting against it. It's like, what?
Yeah. I mean, dude, if that guy didn't have a gun and a badge and other people to protect him, you could easily see how that could become like a lynch mob. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. See, this is like Jim says, this is what you get when you let them all in. Eventually, they become the ones who are trying to kill you. We told you this would happen, but you're like, no, let them all in. Now they're the ones running ICE. It's like, all right, you get what you deserve.
I mean, yeah, the hypocrisy, idiocy, irony, it's just all off the charts when it comes to just retarded lefty. I don't even think you can call it an ideology because it's just so incoherent. It's just like my feelings. That's all it is. It's how I feel about something in the moment. Like they're against, everyone's on stolen land, but here we are setting up barricades, and we don't want voter ID, but show me your papers. And like, yeah, so that's the tranny, the one that's probably 6'1".
Sir, I need you to move from my vehicle. Oh, this dude is great.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to troll because they're so, you can just see how angry they are. These are angry people because they hate themselves. They hate themselves. They hate their lives. And instead of trying to improve their lot in life and improve the things that they don't like about themselves, they're just going to lash out on anybody else. Like they are just miserable, angry people. And some of them are probably nuts as well. But also, when you're miserable and angry and you go see some fucking psychiatrist, well, then they put you on the fucking pills. And that makes everything exponentially worse, dude. I wonder how long it's going to take our society to realize that psychiatry is just beyond crap. Beyond. Everybody I know, and dude, I know a lot of women that have started to see psychiatrists and psychologists, and it ruins them immediately. And you're just like, oh, you're making terrible decisions. It's like, oh yeah, you're talking to like some 42-year-old old hag with nothing going on, and she's giving you the worst advice of all time, and they take it. And it's like, okay, yeah, have fun ruining your lot in life for the next 10 years. You're going to wake up, you're going to be 42, having followed horrible advice, maybe taking a bunch of fucking pills, and then you're going to be one of these crazies out in the fucking street.
Remember, all right, a couple years ago, I can't remember if it was the New York Times or Washington Post. I think it was the New York Times. Anyway, this author, writer for the Times, wrote this article about how she was leaving her husband and kids, and it was the best decision that she ever made because she was going to pursue all these things, blah, 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 blah. And then literally 8 months later, she had another article about how her life was in the toilet and how everything was so terrible and what could, like, how oppressive the United States is towards strong, independent women or some bullshit. It's like, you had the dream life and you chose to throw it away and you thought it was a great idea. And 8 months later, now you're having buyer's remorse because you're a fucking retard. Like, sorry, bitch. This is, you get what you pay for. Just talking about
that is a great juxtaposition. It's like a New York Times article or like an opinion piece. It's just like boom, boom. They're like 6 months apart.
At least write the follow up under like a pseudonym or something. Like, don't use your same fucking name. Like, did you not expect us to pick up on that? It's like, oh wow, that didn't work out, huh? Who would have? Yeah.
But she got to put herself on fucking Tinder and get dug out by half a dozen guys, and then she realized, oh yeah, that's kind of unfulfilling for me.
Well, and then she was having trouble paying her rent, like because she moved out and got her own apartment, and then she was having trouble paying her rent because she didn't have husband's income to actually live off of while she did her bullshit writing for the New York Times as doing opinion puff pieces and
like, you get like 15 cents a word or something.
Yeah, like great life choices there. They're talking about how easy it is to troll them. I don't think I sent you this. I came across it and I wasn't sure how it would work into the show, but talking about trolling the left in San Francisco this week ahead of the Super Bowl. Somebody paid for a billboard that's Defensive Player of the Year is ICE.
A new digital billboard at Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco is evoking mixed reactions.
It made me sick to my stomach.
It's an ad that shows support for ICE.
They have a job to do too. That's it. I don't have a problem with them.
The billboard reads, Defensive Player of the Year, ICE. A group that calls itself American Sovereignty is behind the billboard. We tried to reach out to them to learn more about their motivation, but have not been able to reach anyone.
I'm worried for my neighbors. I'm worried for what is happening.
Why is it every time they interview one of these like anti-ICE, or like every single time if I see a comment on like a post or something that's real anti-ICE, real anti anything on like, especially on Facebook, on any of the news sites, like if I click on the profile of the person making the comment, 9 times out of 10 they look like this bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm worried to see it escalating here.
With the Super Bowl just days away, these concerned community members say they're doing something every day to get their message out.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like they're, what's his name? Bad Bunny doing the halftime show is going to give the LGBTQIA plus community a nice little nod. He's supposed to wear a dress or something during the Super Bowl halftime show.
Do people even watch the halftime show? Like, the halftime show is a good opportunity to go fill your plate, stand around and talk to everybody else who's at the Super Bowl party, fuck off, and then whenever the game, like, small children and the women folk will watch the halftime show, and then when the halftime show is over, they'll be like, "Oh, the game's back on," and then everybody who actually gives a fuck about football goes back to watch
the women back to the kitchen, and the men reoccupy the position on the couch.
Yeah.
The only time I regretted not watching the Super Bowl halftime show was when there was a titty that popped out.
It wasn't even that impressive.
It's still a titty. A titty nonetheless.
Speaking of, Janet Jackson had a titty pop out at the Super Bowl, and this was like the end of the world. Fast forward 25 years later, and like the Grammys have women who are literally wearing nothing. Like some bitch had a couple, like basically she had on like nipple clamps holding up the rest of the dress. Like there was nothing. There was no top.
Who was
like,
that? Yeah, I don't know. She was like talking to Jamie Foxx or something.
Yeah, I don't know who any of these people are. I just saw that run across my news feed.
Oh, I saw another guy wearing like a blackface thing. Some Jewish guy I'd never heard of.
Well, that's okay. It's okay because he's Jewish.
Yeah. But it was like a black face, but it was like a whole head. It was like a whole helmet, but it was just all black. I don't know. Whole thing's these people are all fucking retarded and nuts.
This is what happens when you give theater kids. This is what happens when you give theater kids too much attention. I make them think they're special.
First of all, what's his name? Who is that?
I have no idea. This is what happens when we stop letting people bully the nerds in school.
Yeah. And why they like, I don't know when it started where they need to give like some sort of political speech when on stage. Like, who the fuck cares? Dude, the best thing that some of these actors had going for them was they never opened their mouth. Like before, 10, 15 years ago, you would have thought that like Robert De Niro was a fucking genius because he never really talked about anything. And then he loses his shit and he starts talking about Trump and you're like, oh, this guy's a retard. Like he's actually just like a really stupid person with horrible opinions on everything, but he's just really dumb. You would have thought he was brilliant because he's in all these great movies. And then he opens his mouth and you're like, oh yeah, he's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. And his movies are like unwatchable now because he's that level of fucking stupid. There's a couple more actors that are like that. I really try. If I actually like an actor, I really actively try to avoid hearing their opinions on anything. The best actors never fucking say anything. Yeah, there you go. Who's that?
I have no fucking clue. The blackface dude was Geseffelstein or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was something like that. It started with a G, ended with a Stein. But I guess it's, I don't know. But yeah, these outfits are ridiculous. I don't even understand what this is anymore. And then who was wearing like a plastic bodysuit? Some chick. She basically like hollowed out a mannequin and was like walking inside of a mannequin, like the shell of a mannequin.
Apparently that chick's name is Chapel Roan. Like, who the fuck are these people? I'm glad I don't listen to them.
Dude, maybe we're getting too old.
I'm glad I don't listen to modern music. Like Jelly Roll won something and he said, I'm just a dumb redneck. I don't have an opinion. Nobody needs to know what my opinion is on anything. It's like, yes, oh hell, it was Heidi Klum was the one that had the she's still pretty fucking hot though.
Yeah. But this is all just like, can't you just wear like a nice normal dress? You don't have to be all ridiculous. Like you're already famous. The amount of attention that they crave is bizarre to me. I don't know. I've never been an attention craver, so I don't understand that impulse, but like all this stuff is just super weird, man.
I'm saying,
no wonder they're all a bunch of fucking pedophiles.
I wear blue jeans, a white t-shirt underneath, and a thermal or something over the top. Like, and this is what I've worn since I was in middle school. Like my style has not changed.
Yeah, but okay, like if you're going to an award show or something and you're rich and famous, okay, get a nice fucking tailored suit. What's wrong with that?
And that's all it takes,
Like look nice and dapper. All right, get a nice haircut, nice fucking suit, tailored. Maybe you do something with a different kind of material or whatever. Maybe a flashy color, okay, but it's just like a normal suit. Like, you really have to go out there looking like a retarded fucking peacock or something to peacock around. It's just, I don't get it. And then we're supposed to take your opinion on, on government and how to organize society seriously. That's like, you've got fucking like. You've got like jumper cables clipped to your nipples. Forgive me if I don't value your opinion on ice. Oh God. Anyway, speaking of pedophiles, should we get into the big Epstein file dump? Like, dude, they've done such a good job of just trickling this out that I've lost all interest in it.
Jim and I were talking about this yesterday. Like, some of the problem is, like, a lot of the stuff that was in the files is Jeffrey Epstein sending emails to his brother, or Jeffrey Epstein emailing himself. Like, a lot of it, while there are implications, and yes, probably everybody involved is an absolute fucking scumbag, there's not a lot of stuff that's like concrete, charge somebody with something based on this. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I'm pretty sure Bill Clinton is an absolute fucking scumbag. Donald Trump is probably a scumbag. Like, Bill Gates is 100% a fucking scumbag. But based off of emails and stuff, it's not things that are concrete that are actionable. And it's
and I mean, in the case of Bill Clinton, we've known he's been accused of rape like 5 or 6 times, credibly. So we already knew that he was a big time scumbag before
he had paid off 2 different chicks to just make them go away before he became president. That's like not new.
Yeah. So, right. And I don't know. I mean, we still didn't. So even after, we had the first dump that was like right before Christmas. It's mostly a bunch of pictures that didn't really show anything as far as I remember. I don't know. And then this one was like another 3 million files, but there's still like, I guess there were 6 million total outstanding, not counting the ones that they probably got rid of almost 10 years ago now. Is it 10 years ago? Is it 2016? Like, it's been forever. You actually think you're going to get some sort of smoking gun. It's just not going to happen. I don't know. But there were a couple, like the Bill Gates thing was pretty funny. I don't know. At least you get a laugh out of it. But yeah, that guy's like, he just looks kind of like a creepy fucking pedophile too.
Bill Gates is turning his focus from software to hardware. The Microsoft founder is giving a $100,000 grant to whomever can build a better condom. It's part of his Grand Challenges initiative. The goal is to make a condom that feels good enough for men around the world to want to wear it, and to therefore, very importantly, to prevent disease and unwanted pregnancy.
Oh, God. How crazy is it that in 2013, Bill Gates was looking to make a better condom while also contracting an STD on Epstein Island and trying to find a way to slip meds to his wife.
Yeah, that clip, we got to put it into context, because there's an email in the files that apparently I don't know if Jeffrey Epstein sent it to him or it was like a draft, or he sent it to himself or something. But it was basically like, remember when you got an STD from a fucking Russian hooker and you came back and you asked me how to secretly give your wife antibiotics? And that same year, interestingly enough, he comes out with this initiative where he wants to come up with a condom that actually feels good. It's just virtually impossible. Apparently, I mean, he's got all the money in the world. If he couldn't get this done, like, it's just not possible. Which is the one angle I love about, like, that's what you forget about. Like, oh, dude, when you're a billionaire, like, you can just do shit like that.
Bill Gates is a billionaire who invented the computer.
I got $500,000 for anybody that can make this dream come true.
Yeah, Bill Gates is a billionaire who invented the computer. If he can't figure out how to make a condom that people actually want to wear, it's not happening. Sorry.
That would be, that's when you really got the fuck you money. It's just like, you dream something up and you're like, oh, dude, I would pay anything to have this. And let me see if the world can do it. And like, here's a couple of $10 million for somebody that can do this for me.
Well, that was the problem. He wasn't offering. I think he was offering $100,000.
$100,000? Like, come on, dude. Fucking cheap ass.
Right. Bump that up.
Dude, what does he make that in like 10 minutes?
Right.
If you
succeed in this condom, if you succeed in making this condom, you're gonna, like, you can start your own press. You like,
dude, you're printing money.
Go for more than $100,000. Come on, dude. Don't be cheap.
Like 100 million. He could do 100 million and not even feel it. Like, that's how much fucking money he's got. So yeah, dude, if you're gonna do something, like, let's go all in on this. But it sounds like he'd rather raw dog it anyway. I mean, who wouldn't? So that was one thing that came out that kind of caught my eye. Again, the rest of it is just, I don't know, dude. They've successfully bored me out of this. I've lost all interest. I'm just like, okay, great. Epstein file done. I mean, I'll let somebody else that's still obsessed with it go through 3 million pages of stuff to find the one thing that's interesting. The other thing that caught my eye has to do with Bitcoin. I don't know if you saw this. And I don't think I sent it to you because I haven't really had time to dig into this. But apparently, did I bookmark it? Yeah. So I'm not like a huge Bitcoin. So some of this stuff I don't really understand. But this guy's saying 75% of Bitcoin's code comes directly from Jeffrey Epstein investments. We've basically funded a global elite pedophile ring since 2015. I feel sick. And the post is here. I'll share my screen here. Here's the original post. At the time this letter was written, there were around 12,000. I don't know what this means, dude. Commits to Bitcoin code. I don't know what that is. Today, there are 47,583. That means that 75% roughly of Bitcoin core development and code was committed after Jeffrey Epstein took over the de facto senior management role as benefactor. He may not have been Satoshi, but he was absolutely running the executive direction of Bitcoin on behalf of Mossad. And then, so here's the email. And the highlighted portion, the way that Bitcoin is organized currently is that there are 5 core developers and around 100 contributors to the core code. The 5 core developers are like Linus Torvalds and Linux. They decide what changes are made to the core code. One of the 5 is the lead developer, Vladimir, and one is the chief scientist, Gavin. Gavin, Vladimir, and Corey, an important contributing developer, were being paid out of a nonprofit organization called the Bitcoin Foundation. A few weeks ago, it blew up when one of the board members declared the foundation bankrupt. There's a link in there. Many organizations scrambled to step into the vacuum created by the foundation and take control of the developers. We moved quickly, talking to all the various stakeholders, and the 3 developers decided to join the Media Lab. This is a big win for us. This is Jeffrey Epstein sending an email to, I don't know, some Japanese guy, Joichi Ito. Use gift funds to underwrite this, which allowed us to move quickly and win this round. Yeah, I don't know. So apparently Jeffrey Epstein has like Bitcoin ties now, and so does Israel.
Okay, so this was one of the things that was going on, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, was Bitcoin and other stuff as it was coming onto the scene. Like terrorist organizations were using it. And that was one of the reasons that at the time, DHS and the Pentagon were wanting to get access to cryptocurrencies and stuff like that as they were coming onto the market, and it got pushed back against, especially by libertarians, but a lot of people who are both on right and the left who are against the government having its fingers that deeply into everything was like, okay, Epstein and Mossad using Bitcoin, but also like a lot of terrorist organizations were funneling money through Bitcoin and other alternative, like to keep it out of the mainstream tracking of what a lot of the law enforcement and military were looking at to pinpoint where these people were and what they were doing. So like this isn't anything that's necessarily new, but it is kind of crazy that I guess more or less Bitcoin was funding Mossad and Epstein Island.
Yeah, so here's another post referencing that same email. The Epstein Files reveal that Israel hijacked control of the Bitcoin network over a decade ago. Israel was paying the salaries of 60% of Bitcoin's core developers and offered highly elusive gifts behind the scenes. Epstein and Israel were also major investors in Blockstream, a company that works with Tether and exerts significant influence over Bitcoin. They can manipulate the price by issuing unbacked Tether, control the network's code because they hired most of the developers, and own a majority of the nodes. This suggests Israel likely has direct access to and influence over Bitcoin. The idea of decentralization is clearly illusory and is deeply concerning that the network could be manipulated by a single state operating behind the scenes. So once again, the Jews have taken over another aspect of the banking industry. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Other than that, I didn't really get much out of this dump. And like I said, I just even before this whole thing, the idea that you're ever going to get the government to dump top secret files that actually reveal the true. I already know the true nature of government. Like I have no illusions about this. So I don't need them to dump the documents to prove it. And they never will dump the documents to prove it. So waiting for all these dump is just like, yeah, nothing's going to happen. And the fact that nothing happens, it's worse than them actually just dumping the document, like all of them. This is worse. Like having to claw tooth and nail to get these released, and then they release a portion of them and everything's redacted, and then they release another portion and everything's redacted. And there's still 3 million things that they're saying, oh, we're not going to release these because they show like violent or death, something related to death or something related to an ongoing investigation. So you're just going to hide behind this ongoing investigation. It's been 10 fucking years. They're going to hide behind it forever. And then this is going to be like the JFK files.
There was a thing where
your kids and your grandkids, and then they're going to be like, oh yeah, we're still waiting for the fucking Epstein files to be released. You want to know the truth about who killed Epstein? And you're still never going to get it.
There was a thing where some victims, some of the stuff that should have been redacted, that didn't get redacted, exposed some of the victims. And so some of the victims were on, I can't remember where anyway, they had made a statement that like, hey, this is kind of, putting us out there. So like, what, I don't know. It's a lot of craziness behind all of it. Although Bill and Hillary have agreed to testify. Yeah, Comer was going to move forward with holding them in contempt for their refusal. And after the latest dump, and him threatening contempt, they have agreed to testify. What comes of that, again, is probably little to nothing, but it could be interesting.
Well, I just remember Hillary Clinton's last testimony, or was that maybe not her last one? Because the last one was probably related to the computer stuff the hard drives that they were wiping. But her Benghazi testimony, like, what difference at this point does it make? So, yeah, just say that line, tell them to fuck off, and they will. Crazy, absolutely crazy. But yeah, it's like if you're waiting for some Epstein thing, you're just not going to get it. And nobody's like, the fact that nobody's still been arrested other than Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever the fuck her name is. I just really wish she had a pronounceable name for the number of times you have to say it. That's it. It's the only, the sacrificial lamb, the only head that's going to roll. They're not going to go after some former president or somebody high up in government. You're never going to get it. You're never going to get it. So yeah, I don't know. just kind of lost interest. I assume they're all a bunch of fucking pedophiles and act accordingly. Anyway, we'll see. I mean, there's still, I don't know how much people can go through and when they dump it on Friday, right? So it's like, it's only been a few days to go through 3 million pages of shit. So I guess you can give it some time. Maybe there's something in there, but the odds of something coming up, I mean, yeah. When does anything ever get done? I mean, they'll like, okay, what are they going to have? Like a super duper committee investigate this time and come up with something? Yeah. Okay. So forgive me if I've just lost interest. It's over. They are who we thought they were. We let them off the hook. Anyway, markets are closed. Not a great day for anything except gold and silver have rebounded a little bit. Silver's at 85. I mean, gold and silver are still trading. They trade for another hour or so till 4 o'clock our time. S&P down 58 points. NASDAQ down 400, 1.5%. Dow down 166. Bitcoin did sweep those lows at 7,400, and it's looking interesting on the daily chart. I'll show this real quick. I don't know what you're doing while you're pulling up whatever you're pulling up there. So if you see here, this little channel I had identified, this was the bearish flag pattern that I identified weeks ago. And I said, I think I have a tweet about this or a post or whatever on X. Looks like Bitcoin is about to fall off a cliff. Oh, here's the cliff. There's the cliff. It took a while. Traded in that channel for a little bit. It just broke structure to the downside. Swept these lows at 75,000. But look at these last 3 candles here. The bodies seem to be respecting that level. So we'll see if it can find some support down here. If it doesn't, I did identify a head and shoulders pattern, which I can draw it for you real quick right here. Here's the head and shoulders. This is what a head and shoulders pattern looks like. Here's the left shoulder, right? Oop, shit, messed it up. Never tell how many times to click. There's the head. And then there you go. Looks like that. I don't know why that one didn't fill in. Do I need to lower that or raise it? There we go. Come on. There we go. There's your head and shoulders pattern. So the bottom of that is the neckline. You measure the neckline to the top of the head and you project that downward. That would suggest $25,000 Bitcoin.
Whew. By the dip.
Yeah. Now, somebody else identified this thing right here, which I don't know how to draw that. I don't know if they have a thing for that. But it's this is the cup and handle pattern. Here's the handle. It's like a teacup right here. And then this is the cup. Or did they have that on the weekly chart? I think it was on the weekly. That's on the daily, so that kind of already completed. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it looking like it's going to go higher. I would be very afraid of this head and shoulders pattern it's on the weekly and on the daily. So it might take a while for that to play out, but this is reassuring right here. These last 3 candles looks like it's struggling to go lower. You see these long wicks down and then it rallies back up. So maybe after it swept those lows and went into this little zone in here, we can see if this zone will hold for you. See where it got. Oh, didn't get down into it yet. Oh, wait, I got to go farther. There it is. Boom. Didn't quite get down to the midpoint. So we'll see how if it reacts off this zone higher, that's a good thing. If it cuts through it and closes below the bottom half, I think you got a lot farther down. Gold and silver look like they've found their support. Although we'll have to see how it trades up into this range here. You can see, I mean, look at, again, I outlined this zone. Look where silver stopped when they crashed it. Right at the bottom of that zone there. And it's been rumored that JP Morgan had short positions that they were trying to get, they needed to get out below 75,000. And as you can see, the bottom of this candle is $75. So this is $74.40 is the absolute bottom of that. And it turned around on a dime. Gold did the same thing, fell into one of our zones. So just to prove that I didn't have these, and I'm not cherry picking these zones. I'll get rid of this one just to make it clearer. This is a zone that we had outlined weeks ago, and you can tell because I only drew it to January 15th. I stopped drawing it. I haven't saved it since. If I extend it out, look where gold stopped the other day. Look at that. Right to the tick. And then if you you break that into quadrants. Sorry if I'm boring everybody. That's probably just listening. You break it into
This needs to be
quadrants.
your weekly market commentary.
Thought I'd do it for the last 5 minutes or so. There you go. Boom. Just kisses it and it reverses on a dime. Why that zone? I don't know. Apparently it's important to the algorithms. But that's just how you know that all this shit's fucking rigged. And they can slam it whenever they want. I think that's what they were trying to tell you. We are still in control. The empire strikes back.
Substack even put in a market commentary tab for this so that you can have it with you at the top and have a.
Oh yeah, I did that. I set that up. I forgot how to find it though. Yeah, it took me like an hour to figure that out, but
nice.
Worked out pretty well. All right, so there you go. There's your market commentary. I think that's it for today, right?
Yep.
I've probably sufficiently got everybody to turn it off anyway, but we can get out of here on that. Anything else going on this week?
Nothing much that I can think of. I'm doing my episode on Thursday on why young women moved to the left while men stayed sane, and also with a speaking your truth tie into that, since that's a pretty feminine thing. It'll be it'll be really not super entertaining, but it's sort of a look into the mind and culture of the feminist movement type shit. Not that anybody actually wants to do that. If you really want a fun one, last week I talked about the return of the R word, and I cannot believe that episode is still up on Facebook. The number of times I said retard and faggot. Like I thought for sure that would get flagged and taken down, and it's still up on Facebook. So I think we're back. I think that's proof that Mark Zuckerberg is actually one of us, and
nice.
And we've moved on from the censorship.
That's encouraging. Well, all right, and we'll be back on Friday with a regular episode.
Hell yeah.
And until then, you guys know what to do. Just keep on peddling that so-called fiction. Peace.